Hello everybody, happy Monday. Good to see everybody. New week. Hope everybody survived the weekend. Remember that? Surviving the weekend? We'd drag our butts into work going, oh my gosh. No matter what we did, whether it was too much physical exertion, too much fun, too much drinking, too much smoking, whatever. I'm not going there anymore. So yesterday, I went to see a concert, a real concert in a theater. I saw Leo Kottke. Leo Kottke, the 12-string guitar maestro. Unbelievable. That guy still has it. Normally, I don't like, going to listen to singers who have, lost their voice, like Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And, well, Young never had a voice, so it's still the same. And isn't that weird? His voice was so bad it was good. It never really bothered me at all. But it's not a classically good voice. Where you have Crosby, Stills, and Nash, they had some amazing harmonies, and Neil Young just added another dynamic to it that was, it was a great super group. And but when they get older, it's just like, oh, you kind of lost it a little bit. Leo Kottke, his fingers, they didn't lose it. Yeah, a little bit, but great show. And the warm-up musician, Julian Lang, I think, L-A-G-E, Lash, just him and his guitar, really good. All right, let's get into this week as I look at the clock, 2:22. What are we going to look forward to? I'm hoping change. I'm hoping we can move past this craziness. So I pulled 3 cards. I'm using my Return of Spirit, and I am going to challenge the Return of Spirit with the One World Tarot. Dr. Lena Rodriguez and Sienna Rose with June Rifkin. And illustrations by Alexandra Felipe. So anybody who is just picking up a tarot deck and wants to learn tarot, great book. And for those of us who want to brush up on some things, great book. Amazing. Great, amazing. All right, let's take a look at what we got. This week, where are we going? What should we put our focus on? Manifest. What should we manifest this week? I talk about it all the time when we're doing journeys, and I'm still doing my Saturday journey sessions for another, I think, 5 weeks. And it's live on Zoom at 9 a.m. And then I put it up on my other YouTube channel, which is Danny Shay's Journeys, and it's a replay of it. And it's my non-political channel that I don't put a lot up on, but I put some stuff up on. Anyway, what are we manifesting? The intention is key to what we put out there in the universe. Second card I got is confidence. So often, for me, when I am manifesting something, I go, yeah, I don't know if it's going to really happen. I'm lacking the confidence to really put forth really powerful manifestation techniques, things in play. So confidence that we can play on this web of creation and that we can change things. Third card I got, change of mind. Now, for those of you all who watch this channel a bit, you know where my mind went into change of mind. Who's changing their mind? Who? Is this the Lotus? And then I thought, now bear with me, don't all click off when I say this. But then I'm thinking, if Pumpkinhead somehow manages to stop the war in Ukraine, would you be willing to offer him the Nobel Peace Prize if you had that position? I struggle with that one. He's doing a lot of peace deals, but really they're transactional, so they're not really peace deals. He just labels them as such. They're really tariff deals. If you stop fighting, I'll reduce your tariffs, things like that, but he really hasn't solved anything. Neither will he solve anything with Russia and Ukraine. But this change of mind was interesting, because I went into two different directions. The first direction I went was our girl. Our girl. Yeah. There was some news today about Hegseth or was it yesterday, about Hegseth and his evangelical faith. We'll get into that a little bit. That is very disturbing. So this change of mind, as I think that maybe the country's having a change of mind. That may sound more like it. But let's see what the overlay cards have on it. Using the One World Tarot. I just want these wars to stop. Just want them to stop. Okay. Manifest. Manifest the Ace of Cups. How cool. How cool. Let me do it this way. Manifest the Ace of Cups. New emotional start. Yes. So this change of mind, it's leading up to we're getting something new. The country maybe is getting something new. Confidence. What is the card that we're going to put on top of confidence? What is the challenge? Okay, that one, 2 cards flipped down. Oh, thank you. Okay, confidence. Interesting. These 2 cards flipped out. Confidence. The Moon card and the Queen of Pentacles. Confidence that our security with this Queen of Pentacles. She is one that is no nonsense. She knows how to manage finances. She knows how to accept it and spend it in a responsible way. And this is more about just being secure in who we are, confidence. But there's some secrets in this Moon card that are being revealed. People are a little cray-cray. They're howling at the moon. In this deck, there's nothing coming out of the water. There's like this smooth current sailing to distant lands. So, confidence that we are on it, going in the right direction but we're kind of wandering a little bit, and it's making us a little crazy. And when I say a little crazy, that means a lot crazy, because 2 littles equals a lot. Change of mind. Change of mind. What are we talking about? What is the challenge or the enhancement card to change of mind? Okay. New project, new financial movement, new job opportunity. Pentacles are earth, new earth. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do one more on this Ace of Pentacles. Change of mind. Change of mind with tariffs? Well, if there's a taco card in here, that'd be so cool. Dr. Lena, add a new card. A lot of these tarot decks, they have their own special card. Why can't you have a taco card in here? Okay, this one. All right. So we get the Lover's card with this. So we have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Lovers with the change of mind. This feels like, to me, like it's so when I was asking before, what is it? Is it who's having the change of mind? Is it Kamala? That's who I was referring to. Is it us thinking, saying, oh my gosh, Pumpkinhead's going to get the Nobel Peace Prize, which is what he wants, just because it feeds his ego? Or is it the nation changing their mind? A lot of times this Lover's card is the MAGA, the cult following Pumpkinhead, and they're coming out with a new awareness of the economy. Because when this starts hitting, I don't know about you, I went to the store the other day for a zucchini or a cucumber. We went in there for one vegetable thing. We were going to make, I can't remember what it was. It was like cucumber or zucchini or something. And we walked out after we spent $100. We didn't get much. So the eggs are down. All right. Let me clean up and let's get into the news. Okay, and when I said let me clean up, I meant clean up the desk. Some of you. All right, let's take a look at it. So there's some crazy stuff. Let's look at Pumpkinhead's meeting with Putin. So, and then we're going to get into the streets of DC, because he somehow blended the meeting in Alaska with the streets in DC. Only he can blend. I'm surprised he didn't go, we got to clean up these solar panels on top of the White House so there are no more solar panels. Oh. So, Putin Trump meeting. More ass kissing? Probably. Putin is going to play Pumpkinhead for sure. Well, let me clear it and just see what the cards say about that, but that's what I'm getting. Mark Rutta was on the news, and he was like, all these people are capitulating and kissing Pumpkinhead's butt, and it's, I guess until he leaves, that's the game. So how is this meeting going to go? And then I want to look at why did Rutta, what happened to all that information that I was getting and some other readers were getting that Rutta had on Pumpkinhead? Remember when Rutta went into Florida, down into Mar-a-Lago, and the ambulances were called, and Pumpkinhead, I think, felt like he got sick. Okay. Let's hope I can remember. Russia. Let's just look at this meeting in Alaska. What the hell? Just here. That's a waste of money. Where's Doge on all this stuff that he's building and spending money on? Okay, Russia. Okay, let's drop it down. Let's take a look. Russia, Trump, King of Swords. Who's the big man? Who's the one that can... Who's the big man on campus? King of Swords. Reviewing projects, Seven of Pentacles. They are actually going to try to figure some of this out. Four of Wands. This is a celebration of some kind at the base of things. Now, that's what they want. I don't think that Russia wants to keep going with this. You know, from what I hear on the news, and who knows, that they have lost a lot of people. And one of the things that I heard, and I thought, hey, let me lift this up because I thought that was really bizarre, that Russia had lost hundreds of thousands of men and women, yet Ukraine has lost 10,000. And I went, did they just get that backwards, or did my ears hear it backwards? Either way, way too much loss on both sides. You know, you have these King of Swords guys going, come on now, I'm macho, I'm tough. I can ride a horse half naked. No, you can't. You shouldn't. Anyway, you can, but you shouldn't. At least you shouldn't have somebody take a photograph of you. Anyway, let's drop it down. Continue. Squirrel moment, yes. Okay, so there is a celebration. A lot of times this could be the false celebration. But they want things to stop, de-escalate. Ooh, in the past, as it relates the Tower. I don't need to tell you. Well, that, you know, I just look at, you know, Russia with its drone attacks on these apartment buildings in Ukraine. At the top of the reading that overshadows things is the Page of Wands. This is young energy. It's got to be young energy to stop this. The way they're going is really old. It's not working. So they need this young energy with some information that'll come in that'll maybe change some things in the potential near future. Well, a little late to the party, Kamala. Queen of Cups. And I'm not saying this is her, but that is my card for her. But in this deck, there's secrets in this cup. But this deck doesn't have a lid on the cup. So, but this Queen of Cups has a mask on. So she's not really showing what she has in store. And is this Mother Russia, Queen of Cups, having a mask on? I don't think it is, but some female energy that is still holding secrets. In the female energy, that's why I said Mother Russia. Okay. We have internal position, the Devil, the addiction card. No, I don't want to give up power. External position is the Eight of Swords. They're kind of wrapped into this. I mean, they've wrapped themselves up. They have wrapped themselves up. It's self-imposed imprisonment. Hopes and fears that the Knight of Swords maybe can come to the rescue, or they're going to do, the fear is that they're going to do more charging, more warfare. And the final outcome, riding in as a winner. There's hope in this spread here. There's hope that maybe they've had enough of the destruction. If they can let go of the addiction quality, the evilness, if they can get out of their self-imposed prison of we gotta win, and then this is riding in as a winner. So did somebody win? Who knows? Two of Wands, there's still something that will come to fruition, but they need to make a decision on what they're gonna do. So is this the groundwork maybe? And then we get the King of Pentacles, Pumpkinhead. That's my card for Pumpkinhead. Well, and this is my card for Pumpkinhead too. So, what do we got here? What do we got? It feels like, well, Pumpkinhead is going to say he won, no matter what, right? I'm a winner. He's just a chicken dinner. Taco dinner. So he's going to say he won. There's the Two of Wands. There's still different ideas, different ways to move forward with this world energy that they're playing with, just bouncing it around. But because of this Four of Wands at the base, and especially this Queen of Cups in the potential near future, there may be a female that comes in that says, look guys, 1 foot healing, 1 foot on the ground with crystalline energy. I don't know what it is. Oh, it looks like money and gold and gems. It feels like there'll be some reparations or something. There's hope in this spread. Let me just leave it like that. And as I go back to the very first spread, there is, in our manifestation, we need confidence in our manifestation that things can change. We need confidence in our manifestation that things can change. Look at that card, flipped right up. New beginning. Wow, okay. All right. So, where are we? I want to read on, I said I was going to read on Mark Rutta. I'm going to do 3 cards on Ukraine. 6. I'll do 6. Did I say, did we say hello to PsychicDuck? Hello, PsychicDuck. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Yeah, that was me. 6 cards. Okay, thank you. Yeah, glad to have you back in your fine feathered coat. Yeah, I didn't like that other one. Yeah, nobody did. You scared a lot of people. Yeah, sorry. PsychicDuck. A lot of people left the channel when PsychicDuck decided to join ICE. I'm like, really? Okay. 6 cards. Ukraine. What's going to happen? Yeah. Money. Come on now. Wow, money. They're getting money, honey. Let's drop this down. And please play along. If you guys have cards, throw them. See what we get. We got the Five of Wands. There's a verbal battle. And this is what's going on. They're not invited to this summit. So it's just Pumpkinhead and Pootie. And so what is they feeling? They're going, hey, well, how come we're not there? We need to be there. With the Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving assistance, help. So is this NATO that's getting involved? Read on that next. We have money at the bottom, the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, Earth, Queen of Earth. And the last time I said, was this Russia? And then we have the King of Cups up top, calming influence. This is my Joe Biden card. Not saying this is Joe Biden at all, but it's a calming force of reason at the top of this reading. We have new beginnings in the past as it relates. They want these new beginnings. And then it looks like there's abundance and family money. And maybe it's people coming back together. Great card, this King of Cups up at the top. So no, there's no tower. There's just verbal back and forth. Five of Wands. Going back and forth with different ideas, different ways to do things. Some of them are pretty harsh. I can imagine how that will go with Russia going, yeah, we want all this land because it's ours, and Zelensky's going to go, oh, hell no. So there's going to be a lot of heated discussions. And that Five of Wands, people are beating each other over the heads, but it's just verbal. So, but no tower moment, no Five of Swords, abuse of power. We have the King of Cups overshadowing things. And we had the Ten of Pentacles, which is legacy money, family money, completion, 10. Okay, let's look at Mark Rutta. What happened to all that information that we read on, that you had, that regarded the democratic vote, the democratic processes? What happened to that information? Intuitively, I feel he still has it, and it feels like that the world needed to see how fragile democracy is and how close we are to a fascist regime here in the US and in other parts of the world, and let them see how bad it gets. Let us see how bad it gets, because I think we still lead the world in influence, even though it's being tested. Mark Rutta, what happened to that information? Fool card. Going on a new journey. He's got it. And that was the card that was upside down, right? I mean, just showing. Okay, he's taking another path. He's going off a cliff. I think he's got the information in that bag. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. Looking at the votes. At the base of the reading. Moving on. Okay. All right. So, yeah, somehow he's being restricted. Okay, let me drop this down and you guys can see what I'm looking at. That's my big old cup. Okay, look like a abalone shell. Okay. So we have the Fool and the Seven of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles at the base. What they're marinating in, what he's got is a new way forward. A new way forward. Six of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. Temperance, up at the top of the reading. Mark Rutta, what the information you have, why hasn't it come out? He's trying to balance some things. Here's that Moon card in the potential near future. It's the secrets. It's not coming to light, seeing things in a different light, in the moonlight. Here's the hard work, and it's the Eight of Pentacles, the votes, still working on that, moving forward with something, but he's got the Nine of Swords that is causing him pause. He's really worried about if this information comes out as the Fool, that he will be going, oh, maybe he's going, they won't believe it. So he's got to bring some balance to letting this information out. And that's what these last cards say. He's restricted in his movement. He is the King of Wands. He has this information, yet he hasn't released it yet because he's at a crossroads. So it's still not time yet. I still feel he has it, but that is really weighing heavy on him. All right, 31 minutes and 57 seconds. Let's go in to the streets of DC. Okay. So we have some things. The breaking news, which just drives me nuts. On my news feed, I saw that yesterday Trump is kicking out all the homeless people, saying in DC, saying, I'm going to take over. I'm getting rid of all these homeless people and graffiti and crime in DC. I lived in DC for 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years, I think. And it was pretty rough and tough. I never felt threatened, but I always had my guard up. And when but when he first moved to DC, didn't he call the White House like a junk pile? Didn't he have bad words to say about DC? Well, he's still having bad words, so he's saying, I'm gonna remove the homeless camps and put them outside the city. He doesn't have a plan. He has that concept of a plan again. But this morning, I read that he is going to bring the National Guard in to the streets of Washington, D.C. Really. So we're doing that again with, he already did that in L.A. The interesting thing where we're going here is in California, Monday through Wednesday, there's a trial to determine whether Trump's deployment of the military to Los Angeles violated the Posse, I may mispronounce that, Comitus Act by using the military for civilian law enforcement purposes. That Posse Comitus Act prohibits the federal government from using the military inside of domestic U.S. for law enforcement, absent truly compelling circumstances. So Pumpkinhead is going to say these are truly compelling circumstances, So he's going to argue that. Either way, whatever this judge decides on this week, he's hearing arguments Monday through Wednesday. It's not televised, but it will be. We will be able to get the information. I think he's doing a Zoom thing. You can listen to it Zoom. It's going to go to the Supreme Court either way. And so let's just look. Let's just throw some cards on the... I'm going to use my Deviant Moon. So you guys throw along with me, see what you get. The Deviant Moon Tarot, that's that. It is deviant. Just leave it like that. For entertainment only, some of the women here are depicted with 3 breasts. With wheels? It's deviant. We'll get, ooh, as I cut the deck, thinking about it. So I won't be showing this except if I can. But there's a lot of imagery that I can't show on YouTube. But I do get the 6 of Swords moving on. The Tower allows us to move on, looking at things from a different point of view. From a balloon. Okay, here we go. Let's just throw these. Let's lay the cards down. Here we go. All right. Woo! DC. Does that look like it? Does that look like the streets of DC? What's going to happen? A lot of clubs getting beat up. This is not a good start to this. I'm just feeling people are coming out on the streets. Oh, thank you. Calmer heads prevail. Something stops this. King of Cups. At the base, we have the 2 of Wands. This is, to me, looking at this, we have somebody digging in. Somebody, and we know who it is. But you have 2 opposing forces. And it looks like they're planting onions or garlic. But anyway, 2 opposing forces digging in, not wanting to move. We have the Queen of Pentacles in the past. So far, I can show all these cards. Very good. There's something financial in the past. Security. That's what he wants. He wants better security for a reason I'm not quite sure of. Temperance. Okay, this is one that I'm not going to be able to show. Temperance. Up at the top. There's a balance coming. And then there is the 9 of Wands. Restricted. He's not going to be able to, is this the people or is this Pumpkinhead sending in the military? He doesn't look happy, whoever it is. I think he's getting beat up. I think the military is getting beat up. We have the 7 of Cups. Be careful what you pick. A lot of confusion. A lot of delusion. One of the things Leo Kottke kept saying was, there's 7 signs of Alzheimer's. And he goes, and I can't remember what they are. That's one of the signs. And throughout his show, he would bring that up. So, 7 signs of Alzheimer's. enough said. Pumpkinhead. Death. 13. Death. New beginning. I think I'm going to need to re-pull on this because I'm getting two different images. Is this going to be, is the military going to go in there and trample on people? Are they going to bring, or is it going to end up as a calm balance with this King of Cups? But there's a lot of restriction in this. Hopes and fears. We get, again, not going to be able to show this. The Four of Pentacles, holding on, fear. There's flames in the background burning. There's, scared, just holding on. And there's a skeleton woman here. And loss. Abuse of power. Five of Pentacles. Loss. Financial loss. It could be DC starts rioting. But no. Oops, sorry. Can't show that. I did show it though. The Three of Cups, celebration. Yay, party time. I don't know if you can call this party time. And then the Lover's card. So I'm going to pull this a different way because what I'm getting with this is that there's certain groups that are going to be happy with this and other groups that are not. I think this Lover's card is MAGA celebrating the apparent fake strength. The fake strength that is this Two of Wands, this abuse of power with the Five of Wands, just beating up on people. So let me redo this. How is not Hegseth, who's running that? How is the National Guard feeling? How is the National Guard feeling? Six cards, maybe just three. How is the National Guard feeling? Eight of Wands. They're not feeling that good. They're feeling used. They're feeling abused. They're standing strong. They get their orders. And yeah. Nine of Swords. They're worried. They're scared. This isn't what we signed up for. And then again, the Two of Wands. Something needs, some information is going to come out. But they're standing strong. They're digging themselves in a little bit. Death. New beginnings. The ending of one cycle. Something new is going to come. Moving on. Page of Swords. I don't have a good feeling of what's going on in DC. So for those of you all who are in DC, please, please, please pay attention. Keep that bubble. I think there's going to be a lot of protests out there. And I feel like the National Guard is not gonna. It feels like I'm not seeing them like fight the people in the street, but just standing their ground, maybe pushing back a little bit. I don't know. I'm going to leave it there because just be careful. It feels like it's a back and forth thing. The Supreme Court, let's see, will they rule on this? Okay, no. To stop this? Will anybody step in to stop the National Guard going to the streets of Washington, D.C.? No. No. Nine of Wands, no. Huh. But we're going on a new journey. This is going to change in a positive way, but not in the immediate future. We're gonna have to deal this Nine of Wands with this Five of Wands, this abuse, this beating people up. And wands are usually verbally, but this doesn't look so verbal. So it's going to be sad, and people are going to realize this is not what we want. Manifest. Have confidence in the manifestation that we as a nation have a change of mind and get rid of this regime that we're in. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, everybody. So, thank you. Hey, Psychic Duck, say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. All right, so we'll see you soon. Peace and love.